Hi to all of you. My name is Ruby, and for a time now, my mother-in-law, Hannah, has been a pain in the ass. She didn't leave our life until I gave my husband, Eric, an ultimatum because of her toxic presence. I knew you guys would love the karma, so I thought I'd share this anecdote. I met Eric in college. We experienced the typical college romance of a wonderful whirlwind affair. I was a freshman and he was a senior in my class. After meeting each other at a party, the rest is history. I won't bore you with the specifics of my romantic history, but you should be aware that we ultimately chose to get engaged after 4 years of dating. We held out. Mom, what are you talking about? I don't understand. Nido is a great person. Why would you say things like this? Her mom is the one who destroyed my first love. I should have married Ruby's dad. Nina stole him from me. She is a cheap woman, and I'm sure Ruby is no better. Don't talk about my mother like this. She has done nothing to you. My father only dated my mom and no one else. I know Dad wasn't with anyone and certainly not with you. She snapped. Ruby, he would have dated me if your witch mother hadn't tricked him away. Your mother is a homewrecker. I was appalled by Hannah's words. Yes, my dad did know Hannah, but they never dated. They were not even friends. My dad said that they were batchmates and nothing more. He knew about Eric and Hannah before he passed after I graduated. He also warned me that Hannah was a little crazy. I didn't take his warning seriously, but now I could see that he didn't exaggerate. After hearing Hannah attack me and my mom, I decided to cut the night short. I told Eric that I was leaving. He looked pissed but didn't follow me out. I went home and waited for Eric to come back as well. When he finally returned, he said, "What the hell is wrong with you, Ruby? Why did you leave so abruptly? That was extremely rude. You insulted my mom by leaving early." Excuse me, are you deaf, Eric? Did you not hear how your mom kept insulting me and my mom? You still expected me to stay there. My mom didn't lie about anything. She was just venting and taking out her frustrations. She's not wrong, though. Your mom did steal your dad from my mom. It's natural for her to feel sad. That was years ago, Eric. How can you tell me my mom stole my dad? My dad told me about Hannah. She's not even a friend. Your mother is hung up on the past for nothing. It doesn't matter. The thing is, my mom talked about your dad a lot. It breaks my heart to see her this sad. Now that I have seen my mother in distress, I don't want your mother around. I can't play in-laws with Nina knowing that she broke my mom's heart. You have to be kidding me. My mom is not responsible for destroying whatever made-up relationship Hannah had in her mind. We fought for days on this topic. Hell, Eric didn't even want my mom at our wedding. It was insane. He kept saying that my mom's presence would upset Hannah. In fact, he also said that Hannah was pressuring him not to marry me. I couldn't understand why Eric was taking his mom's side over this stupid issue. Hannah was acting like an unreasonable person, and I knew she needed professional help to get over my dad. Hannah was a super manipulative person and had a strong influence on Eric. Since she was a single mother all along, Eric tended to take her side over everyone else. Hannah never liked me. I tried my best to extend an olive branch every time I could. However, she rejected me every time and found ways to humiliate me and my family. At our rehearsal dinner, there was a huge fiasco between my mom and Hannah. So far, we had been able to keep Hannah and Nina from meeting, but the rehearsal was inevitable, and so was their meeting. Eric did try to stop my mom from attending. He said, "Why can't your mom skip the rehearsal, Ruby? She doesn't need to be there anyway. You know my mom will be there. I don't think Nina should come." Why the hell would I ask my mom to skip the rehearsal? She has done nothing wrong. Hannah is the one who is still obsessed with the past. Look, I don't care if Nina is innocent. I just know that my mom has trouble being around her. It's my wedding, and I don't want my mom to be unhappy. She is the only one I have. This is also my wedding, Eric. Just because I have a sister doesn't mean my mother has become disposable. You know I am close to her. After even more arguing, I put my foot down. There was no way my mother was getting uninvited from the wedding or rehearsal. I had accommodated Hannah and her stupid demands for long enough. However, nothing prepared me for what happened during our rehearsal. Hannah straight up approached my mom and started to tell her, "You are that witch who destroyed my life. Wow, your daughter was taken away from you, and it's all your fault. How dare you mess up my life?" "What are you talking about, Hannah? I didn't do anything to you. If this is about my husband, you two were not even in a relationship. I don't know why you're blaming me because he fell for me. He would have been mine if you hadn't interfered. I would have nabbed him. You are nothing but a homewrecker. First, you took him away, and then you trapped him with a child. Now your witch daughter is trying to steal my son. Hannah, you are insane. I know you kept tabs on me and my husband. We never confronted you because we didn't want trouble. Hell, I didn't even stop my daughter when she told us about Eric. Eric and Ruby are happy together, Hannah. Let's not destroy their day." Hannah just wouldn't listen to her. She kept shouting at her and me. She called us all sorts of names. Some of them were downright disgusting, and I won't repeat them here. You can guess them just fine. Anyway, all the guests were pretty uncomfortable with the fiasco. Most of them were appalled by Hannah's reaction, which enraged her even further. Eric still took his mother's side. After the party was over, we went home, and an argument started. Eric was furious at my mom for everything. He said, "See, this is why I didn't want Nina to be around. Just look at how she destroyed our wedding. How can you still blame my mom, Eric? This is ridiculous. Hannah made a huge scene today. She is the one who started it. My mom was way too soft on her. Your mom shouldn't have come to the rehearsals. She has no regard for my mom's feelings. I no longer want her in my life. I don't want a relationship with her ever. Don't even talk to me about her, and I don't want her at my house frequently." "Fine then, Eric, if you don't want a relationship with her, it's fine. But I won't listen to you. I'm not abandoning my mom for nothing." After our arguments, I did have some serious doubts about marrying him. Eric was a great boyfriend and fiancé. Between the two of us, happiness and love were in abundance. This is the only problem that has been plaguing us. I did talk to my mom about my fears. In fact, I wasn't so sure about continuing with the wedding. I said, "Mom, I think I should postpone the wedding. Eric's behavior is giving me lots of doubts. He has been very unfair towards you, all because of his mom. Ruby, Eric loves you a lot. I won't ever forgive myself knowing that I was the reason for your breakup. If you love and care for him and he does the same, these things won't come between you." "But Mom, I can't have him insulting you every time. It breaks my heart to know that he won't have a relationship with you." "It's okay, Ruby. It's natural for Eric to side with Hannah. She is his mom. As for me, I am thinking about going back to my hometown in another country. I've been lonely without your father, and you're getting married now. I'll be away and won't be a problem for your relationship. It'll be the best solution for all of us. Yes, my mother decided to move countries so that I could be happy. I just can't stop praising this woman. She is literally the best mom ever. I begged her to stay back for me, but she said that she needed to be with her extended family. Dad's passing did affect her a lot. At the end of the day, I let her go because I didn't want her to feel lonely. Eric never found out about my mom leaving. He didn't know for another 3 years after our wedding. It wasn't until Hannah decided to try and nuke our marriage. Before Mom left, I started to visit her very often. She was around for 1 month after I got married. I wanted to spend as much time with her as possible. I was pissed at Eric, so I never told him about Mom's decision to leave. Instead, I just told him that I was visiting her. Eric was not happy with my frequent visits, even though I did it when he wasn't home. Hannah also put ideas into his head that I was manipulating him. After my mom left, I continued visiting her place and mostly went there to take care of the house and the garden that she had lovingly built. However, Hannah was sure that I was conspiring with my mom against Eric and her, so she did something horrible. One day, when I was out grocery shopping, Eric called me. He sounded very angry, and that made me anxious. He said, "Why is your mother at our home for the 7th time this month? This is getting ridiculous, Ruby. I told you I don't want that woman in my house. I overlooked the first few times because I didn't want to deprive you of your mother, but now this is becoming ridiculous." "What the hell are you talking about, Eric? My mom hasn't been coming over at all. I'm not at the house anyway. Are you out of your mind? Don't lie to me, Ruby. I know she has been over to our house quite recently. Mom has told me everything. She has seen Nina's car in the driveway." "You have to be kidding me, Eric. Your mom must have mixed things up. My mom is in a different country. She hasn't been here for over 3 years. Eric, things can't go on like this anymore. My mom and I have suffered enough. It has to end somewhere. You let your mom attack me and my mom all the time. We never protested. Mom even left the country to save me from choosing." "I know, Ruby. I'm so sorry for everything. I will apologize to Nina as well. I know she didn't deserve this treatment. I take full responsibility for making things this way, and don't worry. I won't let Mom get away with this." True to his word, Eric did call my mom and apologized. He was worried that my mom wouldn't speak to him, but she did agree to hear him out. Eric said, "I'm so sorry for treating you badly, Nina. I know you didn't deserve this. Today's events just opened my eyes to how horrible and manipulative my mom can be." "It's okay, Eric. I don't blame you. It's natural for you to take your mom's side. I know you value your family a lot. That's why I never opposed Ruby's marriage to you. You have always been patient with me. You are also my family, but I failed to be there for you. Please forgive me. Will you come back? I promise it won't be a problem anymore." "No, Eric. I have gotten quite comfortable here. I don't want to come back. I'll visit, but I think I am happier here. Don't blame yourself for this. Just make sure you protect my daughter and take care of her. That's all I want." Eric was even more devastated by my mom's words. He finally understood how badly he had messed up. He also grew a newfound respect for my mom, which made me happy to see that things would finally change from now on. As for Hannah, Eric and I refused to withdraw our case or even grant her bail. Some relatives did call us to take her side. However, they quickly changed their minds once we told them everything. Apparently, Hannah had cooked up a story that wasn't true at all, so they didn't know what had happened. One aunt did bail her out, but told her never to call her again. The police also instructed her to stay away from us. Hannah didn't listen to the police. She kept approaching us and even showed up at Eric's work and our house. When the harassment didn't stop, we filed restraining orders against her. That finally made her stop visiting. From what our extended family told us, Hannah had lost her job due to the police report. She was begging for money and showing up at everyone's house for help. No one was willing to help her unless she joined therapy. They even offered to pay for it. Hannah refused their offer, so they shut the door in her face. Last I heard, she was struggling to find a job and was about to lose her house. Eric is still having trouble getting over the disaster. After starting therapy, he became aware of Hannah's narcissistic nature. He was still recovering psychologically from her deceptive tactics. He's come a long way and is gradually picking up on Hannah's abusive tendencies. He has no intention of ever seeing her again as of yet. I am at last living a happy life and relishing the tranquility in my home. I'm also glad that Eric and Nina are gradually growing closer and have put aside their differences.